If somebody's sitting there going, I just don't know. I don't know if LinkedIn and content's going to be worth my time. What would be your advice?
Do it anyway.
Welcome to the Accelerate Your Insurance Sales podcast. This is the podcast where you'll learn effective marketing and sales strategies from some of the most recognizable names in the insurance industry. We're going to teach you how to turn brand awareness into business growth by becoming the thought leader your prospects seek out. This episode is brought to you by True Captive Insurance. What if you could take full control of your healthcare strategy without the financial burdens of traditional insurance? At True Captive Insurance, they make that possible. As the only captive in the nation that puts up the majority of collateral on your behalf, they provide financial flexibility from day one, making them an advocating partner for their customer success. True Captive's fully customizable plans and cost-saving strategies ensure you never have to choose between affordability and quality care. It's time to break free from the limitations of conventional insurance. Take the next step today. Visit truecaptive.com and discover a smarter way to manage healthcare. That is truecaptive.com. Hey, welcome back to the Accelerate Your Insurance Sales podcast. This is episode 8. I am excited. Normally, our even numbered episodes are just me rambling in front of you, teaching you something about insurance, marketing, and sales. But today, I'm not solo. I am joined by the one and only Amy Essig. Amy, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to have some fun with this, Amy. For those that may not know who Amy is the CEO of our Expert and Expert Plus programs, which used to be called Agency Brand Mastery, which we're going to talk about today because we field a lot of questions about content. But for those who are hearing this going, wait, Amy, is this the Amy Andy dates? No, I have two Amy's in my life. Amy Essig, the CEO, and Amy Clout, my fiance, who is also a part of the company now. She goes by AJ, just so we don't confuse the two. But Amy Essig, we're going to go through our Expert Plus program today because we field a lot of questions on a weekly basis from people about content. Can you help us with content? And it's made me realize not very many know we actually do this. And so what I'd like to do is just let's go through the details, almost use it like an FAQ. But before we get there, I want to share a quick story of how Amy Essig ended up on the team at Complete Game Consulting. For those that don't know, Amy and I used to work together years ago at Volk & Bell. And we paired very well together. I kind of led sales. Amy was on the account exec side, and we just realized we mesh well, we communicate well, especially with clients. And in 2017, when I made the decision to step away from Volk & Bell, I said to Amy, hey, I'm going to start a business someday, and I'm coming after you. And 2022, I caught her at the right time. She was looking for a new challenge. Is that the right way to say that?
Yep, well said.
And here we are. Having a fun time building this company at Complete Game Consulting. So, Amy, let's start here. For people that don't know you, I am going to ask you a personal question. Just give a little background of your experience in the insurance industry, if you don't mind sharing.
Sure. Well, I started off in human resources. And during that time, I got pretty close with our broker. And eventually, when I had just mentioned to her kind of as a friend, I said, I think I'm kind of done with this role. I don't know what I'm going to do next. And she was like, how about come work for me and be an account manager? So there I went, and there I stayed for 16 years. And so this was a local benefits agency out here in Colorado. So for those of you that have heard Andy's story about starting to build his brand, that happened when he came to work with us. And so I got to witness the very beginning of your journey, building your brand and building awareness. And so that was just so much fun and so exciting for me. So we worked together for 3 years there. Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, you got to see it on the front end, and you got to see the good and the bad. I can remember when I started speaking, there were some train wrecks in there, but it was a cool journey because I think what you and I both saw, let me start by saying this, what you and I think both experienced were the doors we were opening as a team.
Yeah.
I remember Claire Volk, the CEO and co-founder of Volk and Bell at the time, saying like we were opening doors to groups we had never opened doors to, right? And talking with companies, outside of Denver, in Denver, that we probably have never gotten into. And I think that's where we really realized what this brand awareness was doing. And when I think about our Expert Plus program, which is what we're going to talk about. And let me just set the stage. What the heck is Expert Plus? It's for those who may have heard our agency brand mastery program in the past. About 2 years ago, I had a client of ours, still a long-standing client, come to me and say, "Hey, Andy, all right, man, you got me convinced we got to be doing content on LinkedIn, but I've got a problem. I don't have time. And I'm not going to do it because I'm running my agency. Do you know anybody who can do our content for us?" And I said, "Well, what if I put a team together?" He said, "Sure." So lo and behold, I started seeking out. Now, this is before you even joined the team. I started seeking out partners, and I was introduced to a woman by the name Nancy Evans, who still runs the social media team for us. She's a partner of ours at BYOB, and that does not stand for Bring Your Own Beer. That stands for Build Your Own Brand.
Build your online brand.
Build your online brand. I screwed it up. And I got her name through a peer, a former client of ours, Chris Byer at Assured Partners. And I said, "Hey, I need a team that can help me put out content for my clients." And I'll be honest, we kind of piecemealed it together at first. It was just this hodgepodge of things. And lo and behold, here we are, a couple years later. And I would argue it's one of our fastest growing programs, which is why you made the decision that, hey, I want to run this program. And so let's start here. What excited you? What motivated you? Because you are the CEO of the Expert Plus program. What motivated you to say, I want to take the reins of this?
Well, first of all, you keep calling me CEO, which always makes me laugh.
By the way, we don't actually have job titles at the company, so we just make them up as we go. So yes. For now, you're the CEO.
I love it though. So yes, what I love about it is that I'm watching our clients get creative. There's that creative element in building content and getting that strategy going and getting them excited about it. And so for me, it was more of, I can really get more creative and use that in that area of the business more so than I can operationally. I mean, we worked for 2 years building processes, right? Getting all those things dialed in. I mean, it really was just Andy and I for a long time, and it's building those processes. Now I'm starting to see, this other piece, working with Nancy's team, has been so fun. And so it just kind of excited me. I really love watching the transformation that our clients go through when they work with us.
One of the questions we often get asked, or I would say maybe mistakes that we hear agencies make when they reach out to us for help, is what they're really trying to accomplish is they want to create LinkedIn content and use it to literally book appointments. Like they want to go from we post to it somehow it magically creates an appointment for us. We know that's not the case. In your opinion, Amy, what is the purpose of LinkedIn content?
Very simply, to build awareness. It's just to build awareness about you, about your company, about what you are doing, so that people can find out if you're not talking about yourself and what you do, then who's doing that for you? You need to be sharing that. It's just for awareness. And it also builds credibility because, as we say a lot, if someone Googles you, what are they going to find? And Google yourself. The first thing that's going to come up is your LinkedIn profile, probably. And if it's empty, that's not a good look.
100%. And I wanted you to share that because in my opinion, if you're listening to this episode right now and you need to be producing social media content, but your purpose is I want to produce content to book appointments, stop. Don't invest the money. Don't do it. You're going to waste your time because that is not the end result. The end result is awareness. And we hear it all the time, Amy, from our clients in the program is, a lot of people, we've got people now saying, hey, I see your content. I like your content. That's how you know you're building credibility. And by the way, these are prospects saying this, not a buddy. These are prospects saying, hey, I see your content. I really like that. When you hear that from prospects, that equals credibility. And so I think that's an important piece to start from is social media content's intent is not appointments. It is awareness.
but not to say that you won't get, you won't get leads. You won't get message. I mean, that does happen, but it is not the main thing.
Well, let's just go into the details. So we've got this program, right? And if I'm a producer or an agency or an industry partner, I want people to know, guys, we do this work for industry partners. So if you're out there and you sell a product through the broker community, we do your content as well. But what are we doing for these people? Because I think they all get fearful that if I'm going to build this online awareness, it's going to take so much time. It's going to take, you're telling me I got to post every day. How in the world am I going to do that? How do we help take that off their plate?
Yeah, this is actually a done-for-you program. Now, but I'm just going to back up just a touch because I want to talk about how we help them build their message. Because one of the first things that we're going to do is sit down with them and really pull out, who are you? What makes you unique? What is your message? What do you do for clients? Because once they get that message dialed in, it becomes a lot easier for them to come up with content topics. So that is the first step, is really defining who you are. And then you can go into, well, what do I specialize in? What's my niche? What am I best at? What makes me unique? And then the topics just kind of start to come. What are you talking to clients about? And so what we do is help them build that brand message, build out who they are. And then we meet with them ongoing to say, what's happening in your world? What could you talk about? What could you share? And then we'll help them, if they're into video, which we hope they are, but not all are, and that's okay, help them come up with some topics that would be of value to their ideal prospects. I love the filter that you say, Andy, which is, would your favorite client find this information valuable? If the answer is yes, then post it. And so what we do is help them show up on social media every day. We're helping them come up with those topics. And then we're just going to make sure that we're posting for them every single day. Well, Monday through Friday.
Well, and that we're going to talk about that, the power of that. But you said something I want everybody to hear. What if your top clients would find this useful? Post it. Notice what she said. She said your top clients, not your top peers in the industry.
Yeah.
If you're going to use LinkedIn content to grow your business, the goal is not to add to the echo chamber that is already being posted on LinkedIn every day. You have one job, and that is to talk to your prospects, educate your prospects, ignore everything else. Now, you talked about building the brand message. Something I think people need to hear, especially if you're listening and you're starting your journey in content, don't just start posting. You got to sit down and ask yourself the following questions. These are questions we walk our clients through when they kick off this program with us. Number one, what do you want to be known for? So if you're going to produce content on LinkedIn, what's your area of expertise? What do you want to be known for? What problem do you want to own? Because you don't want to come on LinkedIn and spray and pray and hope something sticks. Yeah. You got to have a lane you're going to own, a problem you're going to own. That is how you build thought leadership. Yeah. And I want people to hear the word thought leadership. Amy, I think people get that word wrong. I think they hear thought leadership and our initial thought is it means somebody is the smartest in the industry. They're the most innovative. They're sharing ideas nobody ever has. That's not thought leadership, in my opinion. Thought leadership is, if you literally reverse the word, it's the leader of people's thoughts. Mm-hmm. If you pick a lane you're going to own, a problem you're going to own, and you know what you want to be known for, and you stay in that lane with content and you pump it out every single day, guess what you're going to do? You're going to lead people's thoughts on that topic. LinkedIn is a business-to-business platform. It is a platform to build credibility and thought leadership, hands down. And you have one job, to talk to your prospects. Now, Amy, you talked about Monday through Friday. That sounds like a lot. You're telling me I got to create content every single day? No. Walk us through how we are putting out content for our clients on a daily basis.
Yeah, sure. So I think I mentioned we're meeting with our clients monthly. So this is not also like a set it and forget it program, as your content strategy should not be. You always want to be kind of honing it and getting better over time and honing your message. And so we're meeting with them and coming up and just saying, what are the conversations that you're having with your clients? What are the conversations you're having with your prospects? What are their objections? What are things that you have to overcome? In our industry, it's a long sales cycle. You got to change their mindset, and that's going to take some time. So what would you want them to know to get them to book that meeting with you? And so then we just take those topics for them, coach them on building a script for a video. They want to record a video on it. Although we will say the best is just get on there and rant. Just grab your phone and record yourself. That is usually some of the best content. But then we're going to build an article. We can take that topic, help you build out an article for it. And then we're just going to, again, so that's 2 days. Then the rest, we're just going to build off of those topics. What were some of those highlights? It's almost like if you didn't do video, what's like a saying, a little quote that we could use that is punchy, that would, get people to think? Again, matching what is your uniqueness. And so, posting, and then we can just turn that one topic into 5 days. I love
quickly. That's what I wanted to hear. So you're telling me all I got to do is record one video, or even if I don't do video, you're actually going to kind of take care of the work. If you help me generate the ideas, you're going to take care of the work to make sure we're posting through articles, infographics, quotes, you name it, for the whole week.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Awesome.
Make it easy.
Well, and what that leverages, Amy, is a formula we live by, which is value times volume equals credibility velocity. Mm-hmm. The more value you put out there, the more often you do it, the faster you are going to build credibility. And we get the question all the time, Andy, how much is too much content? You can never have too much content if you're delivering value to your prospects. And if you would just sit and focus on who are your top prospects, what content would they need to see in order to have the confidence to hire you, and focus on that, your content will work. We just help to make sure it gets out every day.
That it's getting done. And we like to say too, we are the foundational content for you. Most of what we do for our clients is that educational value content. We encourage you, post personal posts, continue to do it. If you feel inspired, get it out there, right? And so, and I also love when we can get the team members involved, because we can also be posting for them as well. And now you're starting to get their ideas flowing. Maybe they'll record some videos. Let's share all of that so that your entire team is one cohesive unit sharing those same messages.
Yeah. Hey, it's Andy NEARY. Thank you for listening to the Accelerate Your Insurance podcast. Did you know the ideas we share on the show are things we actually specialize in helping you implement? If you want to increase your sales, make more money, and be the thought leader your prospects reach out to, please go to my LinkedIn profile, DM me, and sign up for a free discovery call. Again, go to my LinkedIn profile, DM me, and we'll get you set up for a free discovery call. All right, now back to the show. Let's go down the avenue of video for a minute, because that's one of the options we have, right? And I think you and I both agree, video tends to be the most effective.
Sure.
But not everybody is at that point where they're going to be confident to hit record every day. Before we dive into kind of how we're helping them do it, actually share your journey a little bit, if you don't mind, because you've started creating. If you haven't seen Amy's videos, they're getting damn good on LinkedIn. Talk about your journey. Just like, hey, I was hesitant. I was nervous. What got you to the point where like, I'm going to hit record and I'm going to start talking?
It first happened because we also run a women's community. And when we're on those calls, I'm looking at a screen of a bunch of women, and it's easier to share. It's just more natural, right? We're sharing. So what I would do, my first videos are just, I downloaded that recording, I clipped out my little portion and then put that out. That was, because it was just more natural. And it was like, okay, it was a topic that I felt comfortable. It kind of got me over the hump to feel comfortable enough to record my own videos.
That's awesome. And now you're at the point, though. Now you're at the point you are coming on with the intention of recording a video.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever, you just kind of have to pounce when you're inspired. I think that's a big thing too. When you feel it, don't put that off. Just set up your camera, whether your phone or your laptop. Most of mine are done on my laptop.
Yep.
On Zoom. And I just go on Zoom and I hit record and I just start talking. And that way, you can trim off the front and the back. You're getting set up, whatever. If you mess up, who cares? Try again. You don't need to take 20 takes. usually that rawness and naturalness actually will resonate a little bit better.
That's what people want. That's what people want these days. And that's what I wanted to actually talk about for a second is, we often have to come up with creative ways to help our clients record video. By the way, if you're watching the video right now and you're looking at behind Amy, there is a rotary phone behind her. That is old school. That is awesome. We have some clients who do struggle with video. They want to do video, but they struggle with maybe they're waiting for the perfect moment, which you and I both know that is not correct. By the way, guys, you don't need to be creating these choreographed videos with the stupid elevator music behind them. Nobody wants those anymore. They want the raw, real version of you. So, Amy, we've had to get a little creative to help some of our clients just get on camera and say the things they want to say. Talk to the people listening, but what are we doing to help ensure they're getting that video content out?
Well, as I mentioned, we do our once a month strategy calls with them. And so we'll record those. And that way, if I ask a great question or they just start rambling off of some amazing topic, some amazing case study, I have it on video right there. And usually I'll play that back for them and they're like, oh, like that wasn't that bad because they were talking to me. And so we'll set up separate times sometimes just for them to sit and hit record because it is easier oftentimes when you're starting to be sharing your message with somebody else on the other side of the camera. So that's a way that we can really help you get comfortable with producing some video.
Well, and I think what's key in that, and I think you just did this before our conversation this morning, right? You helped a client with this. What I think is key there is when we ask people to sit down and actually record, so they sit down with the intention of recording a video. They get nervous. They start overthinking. And what it does, most importantly, is it takes their passion out of what they're doing. They're more robotic. When we're on a call with somebody just having a conversation and we're already recording it, their passion for what they're talking about comes through. And that clip is what is going to drive the most engagement. They want to see your passion for what you're doing. I don't care if you don't have the best lighting in your room. I don't care if you're on Zoom and you're not using some high-end camera. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
They want to see the passion of what you do and what you believe. And that's why we use those clips because they're effective. Mm-hmm. We have a client. We have a client where we can literally ask one question at the beginning of that strategy session and they will ramble for 25 minutes. And we're like, awesome. We got all the content we need.
100%. I love it.
How about this answer? I'd love for your thoughts on this too, but going back to the awareness. We have a lot of people who feel like every post they put out there has to be a home run. And it's probably why they sit on the sidelines. They're waiting for I got to have the perfect post. And I tell people, guys, I post every day between Nancy's team helping me and my own stuff. I post multiple times a day. 80% of my stuff is, it's okay. I don't care because I'm creating awareness. What would be your advice for those people who are, again, we're posting every day of the week for them. What's your advice on people who are kind of caught and I'm trying to make every post awesome?
What works for me, post it and then shut down LinkedIn. Don't even look at it. I'll post a video, shut it down and move on with my day. And I don't go back until a little bit later because, it gets buried in the feed. Don't worry about it. It doesn't all have to be amazing. You just have to keep going.
Yeah, I love that. And for everybody who's listening right now, we wanted to share this today because you might feel like this is a sales pitch, but we get a lot of questions about content. People who say, I don't have time to do it. Do you know somebody who can? And we feel we do a bad job promoting that we actually have this program. And what you're hearing right now is if you lack the time, but you know that you need to be putting out social media content, primarily LinkedIn content to build that awareness, this is what this program does. And Amy, I would say for the investment it costs to be a part of it, it's a lot cheaper than hiring somebody in-house who's not effective.
Yeah, I totally agree. And there's more to it than that. I mean, we're really going to help you with your messaging.
So let's walk through that. That's what I wanted to do. So let's say somebody's like, I'm in. I want to do this. What's the first step?
We're going to schedule that brand workshop.
Okay. And what do we do in that brand workshop?
We're going to take at least 2 hours. You're going to sit down one-on-one with Andy and build out your message. What is the message that you're bringing to the market? Who are you? What's your uniqueness? Who are you going after? Who are your ideal prospects? We need to know all those specifics. And then we're going to meet with our social media team, and we're going to get all your brand assets, your logos, your colors, your pictures. Yes, we want to see you in the photos, not just corporate, stock photos if we can, if you're comfortable. And then it moves pretty quick.
That whole process, if it's timely, goes how long? Lasts how long?
About 3 weeks. About 3 weeks. Our team will build out, we use a project management board for you, because the other thing that's important is that it's a very collaborative process. We're not just going to take those topics and just go and post, without you having the opportunity to look at it. Some of our clients actually start a little bit slow because they are nervous and they really do want it to be perfect, which is fine. We will be patient with you. We want you to be comfortable. Right? So we build out the message, we'll build out that project management board, start creating some articles, start creating some posts, some pictures, infographics, take a look at them, get comfortable with it, and then we go. And once we start going, it doesn't stop, right? It's awesome because it just moves, just goes forward from there. Every day, every week, all year.
And wouldn't you say kind of the natural progression is at first, most of our clients are hands-on because they want to digest, they want to kind of dissect and look at every post. And sometimes they're a little picky, but by the second, third month, they kind of, I'm hands off. You guys got it. We're good.
Yeah. We're meeting with them once a month. They give us their topics. Here, I love these, or here's some videos that I recorded. And we literally take it from there.
Now, on top of that, we don't just do the social media content. Talk a little bit about what they also get as far as deliverables through email.
Yeah, so we're doing 2 email newsletters a month for you as well, just related to the content. Again, back to Andy's point about repurposing. We're not thinking of all these brand new things all the time. We're just using what you have already shared, and then we're going to help you build email content because we want you, your whole business strategy, business development strategy, showing up in your prospect's inbox. That message is matching what you're sharing on social media. If you have a YouTube, we're going to post to those videos on YouTube for you. If you have a blog on your website, we're going to do that. We're going to get your videos. Build a page. We'll do it for you.
So answer the question. Why is it important to have video and blogs or articles on LinkedIn, YouTube, and the website?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about SEO optimization, but there's that piece. But you just want the consistent message. What you are talking to prospects about in those meetings, when you are meeting with them in person, your clients, that's the same message that's going out on all the social media platforms that there are.
It goes back to what you said earlier. If you don't think a prospect isn't Googling you before hiring you, you're wrong. They're looking you up. Exactly. And what they find is important. And if you've got a LinkedIn presence, you got a YouTube presence, your website, and it's all consistent, that checks the box of credibility.
And it makes your cold outreach much warmer.
100%. Last thing around the tactics, because I think this is something we stress with our clients. We're doing all their content. If I'm a agency or I'm a producer who wants a program like this, what do we still need our clients to make this program work? We're going to pump out the content. We're going to build a ton of awareness. But what is still the main responsibility of the producer or the agency on LinkedIn at that point?
Then you do want to be connecting. You want to be sending out those connection requests to your ideal prospects. Again, this is not about putting out content for your peers. Remember who you're talking to. Send out those connection requests. Don't do it in a salesy way though, right? Just send the connection. And then you want to let your content do the talking for you. Let that message resonate with them. After a month or two, then maybe you could, ask for a meeting if you wanted to, if it's appropriate, right? But definitely be out there engaging on your prospects' posts if they are. Answer if people comment on your posts, you'll want to answer with them, engage with them, especially the prospects. And so there is a little bit of responsibility there. It's done for you as the content is involved, but you still need to be reaching out.
100%. I think the point we're making is content alone won't create the magic.
Right.
We'll take the content off your plate. We'll make sure you're out there every day. But at the end of the day, your job, you still got to make connections.
Yeah.
Run our strategy. Thank them for the connection when they accept. Let the content do the talking, which we're going to make that sweet, magical. Yes. And then interact with these people via DMs. Who's looking at your profile? Who are the people you've connected with in the last 90 to 120 days? You send those out. You work the DMs and the connections paired with our content. It is a magical process. Let's share a couple cool case studies. We've had a couple instances where it's kind of been really fun to experience the result or the what do I want to? Yeah, the results, I guess, of what some of our clients have experienced because of their increased online presence.
I have two really good ones. One, the very first video that we published for one of our clients on LinkedIn, they got a message asking for them to become adjunct professors at West Virginia University, which meant they were going to be presenting and teaching their prospects. I mean, I was just blown away. And so right away, they saw the ROI.
Well, and level set this real quick. This is an agency that also does some safety risk management.
Yeah.
And they were asked to become adjunct professors, basically teaching their prospects.
Yes. OSHA training.
Yeah.
That was just the coolest thing. And we'd been telling them, do video. They had already been creating video. They just hadn't been sharing it.
They hadn't been putting them out there. Yep.
So we're helping them really optimize their YouTube channel, etc. That's been a lot of fun. And then the second one, we found a lead, directly on a post that we had made for a client. It literally was the president of the company saying, hey, reach out to my HR director. Here's her name and number because I love this strategy and want you to meet with her.
Yep. And that was, I think, directly from an article we had written, correct?
Yeah. It was incredible. So much fun.
So here's the point we're making today, guys. There has never been a better time to create content for LinkedIn. And Amy started the whole episode by saying it right. It's no longer a nice to have, it's essential. And the reason it's more beneficial today than ever is how the algorithm on LinkedIn is working. It's more on an interest graph today versus social graph. TikTok changed everything. So now if you put out content and it's clear on what you're talking about and who you're directing it at, you don't necessarily have to be connected to those people anymore. So if you talk to CFOs about health insurance or you talk to CEOs about risk management, it's going to put it in the front of the right people. So you need to build a lot of awareness right now. It has never been a better time to build thought leadership. So the last question I want you to answer, Amy, before we wrap is if somebody's sitting there going, I just don't know. I don't know if LinkedIn and content's going to be worth my time. What would be your advice?
Do it anyway. You have to do it. I mean, really, in our opinion, you just have to, because like I said, if you're going to cold call somebody, they're going to look you up anyway. If you just have how are they going to find out about who you are? And it really does just make all your other outreach so much more warmer, so much easier. And I also think even the process that people are going through with us, it really is reminding them how unique they really are and how good they really are for their clients. And I think it really helps them even speak to that in their meetings and in any of the content that they're going to do.
Well, and they're walking into meetings with prospects who already feel like they know them.
Yes.
I would say the one return on investment we don't talk about enough is the clients doing this now love prospecting because it's a different way of prospecting, right? Now we're building a prospecting plan around their personality, essentially.
Yes.
And it just takes your enjoyment of this job, this career to a whole new level. But most importantly, you're the one they remember. And that's the name of the game is you do not want to be forgettable with your prospects. Yeah. And so if you're tuning in right now, again, if you felt all this was a sales pitch, that wasn't our intent. We wanted this to be more of an educational, informational session about this program we offer because it is something a lot of people are asking about. It is a program we offer to producers, agencies, industry partners. Every one of you has a challenge of trying to overcome the noise in your market. Mm-hmm. And the best way to stand out is to be the one people see all the time. Mm-hmm. Social media content can do it. And we
preach it, all the time. Consistency. I have my bracelet.
And we're both wearing it, right? At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is consistency.
Yeah.
I see people get hot on LinkedIn content for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then they're gone. And then they're back. And worse, they make an announcement, I'm back. And then they do it for 2 or 3 weeks and they're gone. That's not consistency.
Yeah.
This is why our program exists. We're going to make sure you are consistent. And that's all that matters. And quite frankly, it doesn't require a whole lot of work on your end.
Exactly.
So if you're listening in and you are finally ready to cross the bridge to making social media content a part of your part of your business, and you just know you lack the time or the plan or the strategy, we have a program for you. So you are probably connected to me on LinkedIn. If you're not connected to Amy Essig, connect with her on LinkedIn. Shoot us a message. Tell us you want to know more. But Amy, I want to thank you for taking the time. This is your first podcast episode you've ever done. How do you feel?
Yeah. Talk about being nervous. Like you're doing video. Throws me into this, but it's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I know we brought a lot of value and just some good insight on creating content for LinkedIn in general. So reach out, guys, if you need anything. Otherwise, make it happen. Get online, build that online presence. Your prospects want to see you often. Be good. That's all we got for this episode of the Accelerate Your Insurance Sales Podcast. One of the most valuable things you can do to help us and other new potential listeners find our show is for you to rate the show and leave a review. So as a special bonus for you, if you leave us a review, take a screenshot of your review and send it to me as a DM to my LinkedIn profile. I will send you a free copy of our LinkedIn Diamond Playbook, our proven 4-step strategy to grow your business on LinkedIn. So go right now, leave us a review, screenshot it, and send me a DM on LinkedIn. Also, please share this podcast with anyone you think would enjoy it. That's it for now.